Hi and welcome to a video of a game that I'm very excited about, Monster Hunter World, and the beta just released today. I'm going to be doing the mission Hunt the Great Jagras just to kick things off. I have previously played some Monster Hunter titles on the PSP and the 3DS, so I'm not new to the series, but I may be rusty since it's been quite a while since I've hopped into one. So let's just go straight into this.
We've received eyewitness reports of our target, the Great Jagras, roaming around these parts. So let's get right to it. Open up your map. This here is our current location. After a feast, the Great Jagras can be found waddling back to its nest, scraping its big belly along the ground. Try heading over to this area here and search for any clues it may have left behind. Once you've tracked it down, go and put a 3-star hurtin' on it. Oh, and one more thing. You're being timed.
Okay, so we're in the game now, and one thing I do know, there's always a supply box somewhere, and there is. I don't know if we're going to need the items, but might as well just grab them. Okay, 3 items. And I'm interested in how this new game plays, but the world looks good from what I can see right now. And it's got these weird like bug things, there's a word for it but I can't remember, to highlight I think the monster tracks and like items that you can pick up. I think you can ignore a lot of them. Once you get into the full game, I'm sure you can just ignore all this, just roam around, and eventually you'll just probably stumble upon the boss. So it does look like we need to go around collecting 5 of these footprints in order for it to show us where the boss is. Okay, so we'll just do that now. I'm planning on this beta, I think, is alive until Tuesday, so I'm planning on trying all the weapons and a lot of the multiplayer as well, so you can group up with 3 other hunters to take down the bosses. This is the first one which is a 2-star rating, so it shouldn't be too hard. That's the Apana. Well, I think that's what they're called from what I can remember. So we're still just scavenging around, and so this boss shouldn't be too difficult. I'm using a great sword, and previous games I've most likely used a great sword. I don't know, I just like the gameplay. You have to put away the weapon a lot of the times in order to run fast, because once you've got it out, you can only walk, and it's harder to dodge. You can only roll. So once I find this boss, you'll probably see me taking out the sword, putting it away, hitting it, running away, kind of thing. So it's that. But there are some cool weapons in here. So there's long swords, dual blades, there's gunners, hammers, another one that I do like to use. And they did have hunting horns in last ones where you had to play like a tune, and it gave you like an attack buff if you played the right tune, which was a cool weapon. Okay, so there's a lot of this stuff. I don't know if this is actually needed, but I'm just doing it anyway because it seems to be racking up XP or something. I don't know. But I'm guessing that's the boss, that big frog thing that's waddling around.
You're less likely to lose sight of a monster.
Okay, it is. I wasn't expecting a big frog. I was expecting a dinosaur, but okay. I think I've seen this in a trailer actually, where it puffs up. Okay, so I guess I just attack it. So with the greatsword, one of the good things with this one is you can actually charge your weapon up and make like a big attack, so you can do a charged attack. So I'm just going to sneak up behind it now and hold triangle, and you just charge like that and you do a massive attack. So the greatsword is quite an easy weapon to use. It's just triangle, circle, and then you can hit triangle and circle as well to do like a big swing.
The monster's been immobilized. Now's your
You can try it
chance.
out in the training area of this game as well. And I encourage you to download this beta. It's a free beta and it's a pretty fun game, and you can play it with your friends as well. So I'm finding this boss, yeah, it's not
Hey,
the hardest boss to dodge, and it just falls over a lot. And I've not been hit yet, so that's a good sign. Previous Monster Hunter games, you could actually cut off, you can like break things on the monster, so you can break like horns that the monster has, or like plating, or you can actually cut off the tails as well. And everything that you cut off, you can then carve, and then those goes towards buying, crafting new weapons and armor. So a lot of this game is grinding, and you do have to kill a monster over and over again, but the later you get into the game, it gets a lot harder. This one, not particularly hard. It's
be ready for some vicious
I think that's my first hit that I've got, and it didn't take away too much health, but there have been monsters in previous games which you get hit once, you're dead. This one is obviously a beginner one to get you used to it, but I'm going to take on the other monsters. I don't know what they're called, but I'm going to take them on as well, and they do have other monsters in here, like bonus monsters as well. So the Rathalos from the previous game, and I think the Diabolos as well, is in this game. So they're monsters that just roam around, and they can actually meet the monster that you're targeted to hunt and start fighting each other as well, which is a cool little thing that they've added into the game, which I don't think it was in any of the previous ones. The monster's weak now, so it usually just limps back. You can either just go hammer it and start attacking it and try and kill it before it gets to an area in which it sleeps, or what you can do is, the best thing for great swords is usually just to follow the monster, and you can see it go into a cave, and I imagine if it's anything like previous games, it's going to just go into a little cave and start falling asleep. And then with the great sword, you can just sneak up to it and do a charged attack, and if you've got a powerful weapon, it usually just one-shots it. I don't know if this weapon that I've got will. I'm not sure what the weapon is, but it just gave it to us. I'm just going to wait here, see if it's going to sleep, and I think it has. It's just went straight off. So sneak around here, and yep, the little bubbles means it's asleep. So I should be able to just charge my weapon up and one-shot it maybe? Nope, okay. It should be dead soon, hopefully, I think. And dead? Nope. Okay, there. So that's one of the first beginner missions, which is a 2-star. And then once you kill the monster, you can just go over to it and press circle to carve and get the items for crafting. You don't get anything in this game since it's just a beta, but I do know that if you complete the missions in the beta and you do plan on getting the full game when it releases in January, you can unlock some special items that you otherwise can't get. So I do encourage you, just get it. It's free. It's a pretty good game, pretty fun, and get your friends involved as well. So this is a timed one, not too bad, but I might be able to improve it. And so that's some of the stuff I think you'll get once you go ahead and unlock the full game and buy that one. So look, so it's available on the 26th of January. So I'm sure I'm going to be getting this game. It's been a fun game in my past and when I've played it before. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I do plan on making some more videos of the other missions. Please hit that like button, it really helps me. Thank you for watching.